What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome to my first Let's Play of Conker's Bad Fur Day. What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome to 10 years of Let's Playing. Technically, I missed an anniversary. Sorry, UDJ. This is technically when I started making videos, and it was the first video on the channel, and... sorry, I was busy! But, that's beside the point. I started solo Let's Playing on this day 10 years ago. I kinda did it on a whim. I had just left my job, really crappy fast food job. We won't get into the details, but I thought, you know what? I want to start making gameplay videos for the internet. I had watched a lot of Retsupre, so I knew what not to do, and I had also watched the Something Awful Let's Plays to kinda figure out where to start, a good jumping off point. I had also watched a lot of Let's Players that have become extremely popular nowadays, and, you know, it kinda molded my own way of doing things, and I've been doing it for 10 years. I've been making content since 2011, but that is part of my past will kinda shuffle under the rug. Just know that it stopped being fun, so I stopped doing it. But let's talk 10 years. I have actually compiled a list of all the Let's Plays I've actually done, and I kind of wanted to, you know, take you back in time, start from the beginning and work our way to current day. And I do have a couple fun stories to talk about certain projects. In this look back into the past, I wanted to take a look at everything that I have been a part of. So whether it be co-op Let's Plays on here with my best friend, Ultra Director Jester, if it was just me in the solo Let's Plays, or if I was a part of Ultra Director Jester's Let's Plays over on his channel. This is also slight advertising to go watch everything that we've ever done because it's all hilarious. So starting from the very beginning, accidentally missing it by about a week and a half, Phoenix Drive, the Phoenix Wright parody hentai game. Yeah, do you remember when I used to throw things at the wall and see if it stuck? I think my favorite thing about this is one of those series that barely anybody watched. I mean, Phoenix Drive was known about around the internet as a big old meme, and then the views kind of died off, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know, nobody wants to watch a crap game, especially when it has beautiful Ultra Director Jester artwork. Please. And then Game Grumps talked about it, and then it picked right back up. Yeah, overnight it got a couple tens of thousands of views because a very popular Let's Player talked about it, so that's cool. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope nobody noticed that the third part and final part had a typo within the first few seconds, and I never caught it until about a year later. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Anyway, my first solo Let's Play starting 10 years ago today. Conker's Bad Fur Day and Conker Live and Reloaded. This wouldn't be the first time I did two games at the same time. I have so many fun memories about this. First of all, my mic quality has gotten a lot better. I've been doing the upgrades and I haven't been using a Rock Band microphone. But yeah, this is where it all began. I just wanted to show off one of my favorite games for the internet. No overly complex jokes, you know, maybe adding to the humor a little bit with improv, but just showing how the game worked. I think my favorite part about doing this Let's Play is it was so back in the past that I used annotations to move on to different parts. And annotations actually play a huge part in another solo Let's Play I did just a couple years later. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Actually, no, it was that current year. Wow, I did a lot in 2012. Anyway, another fun thing, I used to put the footage of Bad Fur Day and Live and Reloaded, the corresponding part, in the same Vegas timeline, and then I would talk over in one long streak for the current episode. And I also noticed I was kinda losing focus, even from the very first project, because Live and Reloaded was a clip show of what changed, and then it turned into, yeah, I'll just throw the entire episode on there, it'd be fine. I also had a release schedule that was non-existent, so maybe I should go back to that, it'd be a lot less stressful. Moving on, a couple months later, in April of 2012, UDJ decided to try his hand at a co-op Let's Play. We did Goemon's Great Adventure. That was a lot of fun. This is back when we were recording on my old laptop, so it was a 50-50 shot on whether the episode actually came out. And I had never played that game before. We had a good romp playing through it. It was a good time. If you haven't seen that one, it's the start of something special. The next solo Let's Play in May of 2012, Resident Evil 0. This was kind of the beginning of me not taking notes for games because I knew them front to back. I used to just play through Resident Evil games constantly. So when I decided, I want to do a playthrough of Resident Evil 0 for the internet, I didn't need notes really. I just, sped through it. In fact, if you take a look at how I'm playing the game, it's almost point for point what you need to do to finish the game. There's no, side tracks or anything. I'm just blitzing straight through, so I had a fun time with that. About a month after Resident Evil 0 finished, I did Spyro the Dragon. I was such a young and inexperienced Let's Player back then. You can tell because Episode 1 has mismatched audio. It's only playing on one side if you're wearing headphones. It sounded okay to me, but I wasn't editing with headphones. In fact, I still don't. To this day, I just make sure all the audio levels are right in the middle and not all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Yeah, this was another game I just loved to death, and the first time I actually had to use a guide because I had never 100%ed it as a kid. Next up, Ultra Director Jester tried his hand at another co-op Let's Play, Star Fox 64. I thought we were going to do multiple episodes, just split up the playthrough into multiple parts. No. He was like, you know what? 3 parts. Easy, normal, hard. I was like, okay, sure. And so we did. In October of 2012, wow, I did a lot in 2012, Resident Evil Remake and Yoshi's Island. 2 completely opposite ends of the spectrum. In my mind, if people didn't want to watch Resident Evil, they could watch Yoshi's Island. And Resident Evil Remake was so fun, I actually tried to do an annotations trick where it was a choose-your-own-adventure Let's Play, where Resident Evil Remake has so many extra scenes it'll make your head spin. Doing one thing in a certain part of the game changes the entire story down the line. Well, I shouldn't say the entire story, but changes what scenario happens later. Such as Richard dying earlier or later. Either way, you get his awesome shotgun. If there's one thing I could redo, and this is actually about Yoshi's Island, I used an emulator. I try not to use emulators, I try to use official hardware, and Yoshi's Island was the first one where I had to use an emulator, and you could probably tell, because certain episodes, the emulator didn't work properly, so, for example, Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy. I believe I used the Game Boy Advance emulator footage instead of the SNES, because it kept glitching out. Emulators were still kinda young back then. And one more note I want to make on Resident Evil Remake. People to this day still think I played it on the HD version. That's how good the GameCube version looked. And I did give a visual example of what the Wii version of Resident Evil Remake looked like, and it looks like ass! Oh, another fun little factoid I just remembered about Yoshi's Island. I recorded the finale on my laptop, and no joke, as the end credits were going, my laptop screen died. So I had to quickly find a monitor. I had to find a monitor and connect it to my laptop so I could see what was happening so I could end the recording. Moving on to November of 2012, WarioWare Smooth Moves. This was another UDJ project, and it was just good, clean fun. We both liked WarioWare Smooth Moves, and, we got to move in with the Wii. It was great. Moving on to 2013, another UDJ project, Star Fox Assault. Star Fox Assault was another one of those games that was thrown together at the last second. UDJ mentioned, I like Star Fox Assault. And I was like, okay, cool. How many episodes are we doing today? And he said, all of them. What? Okay, cool. So, as I was over at his house, we did the entirety of Star Fox Assault in one day. You might be able to tell because by the last episode, we were sounding kind of tired, but it was fun to do. In 2013, we had another solo Let's Play in February, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. No joke, I did that entire Let's Play post-commentary. That you could probably tell. What you probably couldn't tell is, by the time I had recorded the final episode, I had released episode 1. Just to put it into perspective, I recorded the footage for the last episode and released the commentated first episode on the same day. So I was extremely far ahead. I just had to commentate over all the footage. It was all perfect, great length. Yeah, I had 100% of everything. It was good fun. I had a great time recording that one. I just love Spyro 2. And then finally, in April of 2013, I finally did a second co-op Let's Play. Super Mario 64. That's a fun one in my mind, because it started on the N64 cartridge, and then when the battery died in the cartridge, we moved over to Virtual Console. So it looked slightly better. And a little later on, after I got my 3DS capture card, we did Super Mario 64 DS. I love Mario 64. I mean, who doesn't? Now, go with me on this. In April of 2013, right at the end, I did Mega Man 9. Why did I do Mega Man 9? One, because it was one of the only Mega Man games I'd ever completed. And two, I needed just a bit more time to start the big boy. In May of 2013, I started Persona 4 Golden. Let me tell you about that Let's Play, Persona 4 Golden. On here in my notes, it says I started that in May of 2013. It's right. If you look at episode 1, it looks like it took place in August. So why did it start in May of 2013? Well, let me tell you about someone who doesn't read his notes properly and just improvises in a Persona game. About the halfway point of the game, I noticed that I was nowhere near on track for a 100% Social Link playthrough. So, begrudgingly, and I felt terrible after I had announced this, but I scrapped the playthrough, I think it was episode 54, and it haunts me to this day that I stopped at 54 and redid the entire thing from scratch to get a 100% Social Link playthrough. That was friggin' rough. I think I took a month to re-record everything up to that point, and then it was just, we're just cruising. And I think to make up for it, I released 3 episodes a day just to get caught back up as fast as possible. Yeah, so if you ever watched the Persona 4 Golden Let's Play, and I will say I did make technical improvements. It looked better, it sounded better. All around, it was a better choice to go through with it. Partially because the Let's Play ended on Christmas of 2013, and that feels really neat. But yeah, just know that around episode 54, I remember it like it burns in the back of my mind. It was scrapped and redone. Oh, it hurts me, but we got it done. Persona 4 Golden was one of the most complex Let's Plays I had done up to that point. I was so happy it was over. And then I actually went back and did bonuses a year later in 2014. That's when they started, and then they didn't end until the day after Christmas in 2015. It took a long time to finish up those bonuses. I think there were like 18 of them or something like that, something crazy. In August of 2013, Mario Party 9. I know a lot of people like to crap on Mario Party, but Mario Party 9 was a lot of fun. That's where me and UDJ came up with the Luigi principle. If you want to know what that is, watch Mario Party 9, it's hilarious. While Persona 4 Golden was going on, I decided to have a separate series go on, just in case people didn't want to watch a long JRPG. So I did The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Fun fact, that is the first time I have ever 100% completed A Link to the Past. To that point. And then every time I played after that, I always got 100%, so thanks a lot, A Link to the Past. That would be another one I would redo, by the way. That was another emulated one. It should have been on official hardware, and it was too cut and dry. It was one of those Let's Plays where I was like, okay, here's this, and this. Haha, be entertained. And it's like, nah, I could have done a lot better. Maybe add a few more jokes, maybe do a lot of messing around. It's the same thing as Yoshi's Island where, you know, I didn't try hard enough to be entertaining, but I'm sure if people wanted to use it as a guide, it was helpful. In October of 2013, UDJ decided to move to his own channel. He actually moved a bit earlier because I had talked to him about wanting to do Persona 4 Golden, and he's like, well, I want to do Okami on my channel. Why don't I get my own channel? Because for a while there, he was posting videos on my channel. That's why some of UDJ's Let's Plays are on my channel specifically and not on his. So that's when he parted off, started his own channel, you know, no bad blood or anything, he just wanted his own space. And then he did co-op Let's Play number 5, and this started a very awkward trend, Ride to Hell Retribution. Every now and again, he'll have me sit with a bad game and talk it over with him, goof on it. Ride to Hell Retribution is a special animal. You gotta watch that one because it is crap. In February of 2014, we have another double bill. I did solo Resident Evil 2 on GameCube and Corpse Party. I had no idea Corpse Party would be as popular as it was, and I didn't think it would take that long to get Resident Evil 2's bonuses out. Yeah, Resident Evil 2, that was another game I knew like the back of my hand. There was a few things I was iffy on, but I eventually figured it out. And we did all 4 scenarios, and it took years later to finally release the bonuses. And in fact, it took so long that Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. And I even joked about that in the Let's Play. And a little fun fact about Corpse Party. That one was very special to me because I wanted people to experience this horror game, and it had to be perfect. That's why at the beginning of every episode, it says better listen to with headphones. I wanted to make sure that all the audio cues came out perfectly. And another fun fact, PewDiePie started playing Corpse Party at the same time I did, well, a little after, and people came from his playthrough to mine because I shut up and let the game talk. That's what I was going for. I wanted the game to speak for itself, so I did. And people enjoyed it, so I'm glad, yay. After Corpse Party ended, Spyro Year of the Dragon. That was so much freaking fun. I love the Spyro games, at least the first 3, and that one was just a blast to do. 100%ed it. Easy stuff. After that, UDJ decided, you know what, Ride to Hell's not good enough. Let's do Star Fox Adventures. Yeah, that was September of 2014. Those were fun days. I'm glad he was like, you know what, Star Fox all the way. And that eventually died off later, but we'll get to that. Star Fox Adventures, that's a good playthrough. I would watch that if I were you. Now let's talk October 2014. The one I'm known for. I'm the Dead Rising guy, and that's when Dead Rising came out on October 4th, 2014. Wow. I had no idea Dead Rising would be my most popular series by far, and going through the other games, it just blew up. I had no idea why. And this was another game I didn't have to take notes for. I was doing this off the top of my head because I played it constantly. I used to try my hand at getting all the achievements in games, so that's why I would play Dead Rising over and over and over again. I knew where everything was. Having Dead Rising being my quote-unquote magnum opus, or whatever you want to call it, the one I'm known for, I'm okay with that, because I love Dead Rising. And you'll see every time Dead Rising comes out, like a series, it just explodes, and I'm so happy about that. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. The next solo Let's Play in November of 2014. Now, I should mention Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. The only reason I Let's Played that game, no joke, is because at the time I was playing through Danganronpa 2, and I got to the murder of Case 5. And if you know what that is, you know exactly why I dropped every other idea I had and said, we gotta get to here. We gotta play through Danganronpa 1. We gotta do it. We gotta get to Danganronpa 2. We're gonna have a great time. Now, I should mention, I had a modded PlayStation Vita. That's how I did Persona 4 Golden. That's how I did Trigger Happy Havoc. And I'll talk about Danganronpa 2 here soon. But just know, a modded Vita is the most finicky bastard you will ever see. If I moved even too much to a certain degree, and the cable didn't like it, it just froze your feed. And there goes that recording. It's just frozen. So then you have to close it, bring it back up, try again, and you just lost a few seconds. It was agonizing, and, trying to mix the audio, that was also agonizing. Actually, I did Corpse Party on the Vita as well, and it worked pretty well. I still had to work with the finicky aspect, but still a lot of fun. I'm glad I did Danganronpa. It took a long time to get those bonuses out, but that's kind of funny, talking these days. In April of 2015, UDJ brought me along for Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, the sequel to his Goemon's Great Adventure Let's Play. That was a blast. I have laughed so much over the years for all these projects, but Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, the fact that The fact that he went out to be like, yeah, this is going to be a 100% deathless run, check it. And then the episode where he died, I could not stop laughing. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. I'm every single project I'm going to say you should go watch, but that one specifically, you won't even see it coming. It'll be hilarious. After that, we did, in May of 2015, Resident Evil Deadly Silence. That was another one that popped off. I don't know why it did, but it did. Just a quick playthrough of the original PlayStation games on the DS. Jill's campaign, Chris's campaign, for some reason that one exploded. I don't know why, but I'm glad it did. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. In July of 2015, I started another double bill. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. And I'll tell you what, the only reason Danganronpa 2 showed up so quickly after Danganronpa 1 finished is because somebody said, well, now that you're done with 1, I should go watch somebody else to see what Danganronpa 2 is about. I hit the brakes and I was like, nah, we're doing it now. And so I did. And that was the introduction of the class trial bits. I decided to have some fun with the audience and say, you know what? If you know what happens, try to steer the other commenters clear of the truth. Because believe it or not, Danganronpa 2 and 1 were fairly new when I Let's Played them. It was a lot of fun. And again, it took forever for the bonuses to come out. That was also around the time I upgraded to a PlayStation Vita TV. And it made my life so much easier. In September of 2015, UDJ brought me along for Sonic Adventure. That was another one where, you get the laughter out of me. The Sonic Adventure is such an odd animal, and I'm so glad we did that playthrough because it led to probably one of my favorite series that UDJ and I have ever done, but we'll get to that. Because in April of 2016, I did Super Mario Sunshine, another fun Mario game. I'm glad we got to talk over it. It was another co-op, and it was a good fun time. It is 100%, and you won't believe what kind of garbage plays I pull on this game and get it first try. You will call BS, but I guarantee it is done first try. Around that time, about 8 days later, UDJ started Sonic Adventure 2, and that is the one that killed me. I was laughing every single episode. Because we did the regular Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Yeah, the story's great. It was the post-game that killed me every time. If you don't know what happens, UDJ brought out the action replay. Oh my god. You have to watch this series. It was so much fun. In August of 2016, I did Resident Evil Code Veronica X, a surprisingly popular one. When are we getting a remake, Capcom? That, in part, was another double bill, where we started the trend of doing a solo Let's Play and a co-op Let's Play at the same time. What goes great with Code Veronica X? Well, let me tell you, Doom 2016. Oh, I love that game so much, and I was glad to show it for the internet. Now, after Doom and Code Veronica X, I have something here, the worst idea I've ever had, but I'm glad I did it. Another double bill, starting December 28th. And December 31st, respectively, Persona 3 FES and Persona 3 Portable together as a solo Let's Play, and Dead Rising 2. Fun fact, children, if you overwork yourself like that, you will live to regret it. Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable took 2 years to finish. And no joke, if you haven't watched that, it is both games simultaneously. When one updated, the other updated as well on the same day. They ended on the exact same day with the exact same amount of episodes. And not to hint at anything, but we're still not done with it. That was one of the biggest projects I had ever done, and the only reason I did it is because I didn't want to miss anything while talking about the other game. Because the original idea was to do FES, and then talk about Portable. And then I made the harsh decision to do, you know what? Boy in FES, girl in Portable. Let's do it. Same time. I don't regret it. It was long, it was arduous, but I enjoyed seeing that finale go up on the same day, same time. Whew. Never do a thing like that again, Niskel. And then Dead Rising 2. Another one that popped off. I'm glad you guys like Dead Rising. That was another one I knew off the top of my head for the most part. And then we did the prequel and the epilogue. Those also popped off. I think that Dead Rising 2, that has that's become a favorite of the fans. Again, I'm glad you enjoy it. In January of 2017, UDJ brought me along for Super Mario RPG. Fun little factoid. We recorded Super Mario RPG in a day and a half. That entire RPG in a day and a half, no joke. He came over to my house. We played through, I think, 9 episodes of RPG in a day, and then we slept on it. Woke up the next day, recorded the rest of Super Mario RPG, bam, done. And on the same day, we recorded half of Resident Evil 5. Yeah, get that through your head. The timelines in these projects are so weird, but I'm glad we did it that way. Also in January 2017, Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh my god. If you thought Sonic Adventure 2 was good, watch Shadow the Hedgehog. I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny. Like, throw away the premise. Shadow the Hedgehog by itself is a ludicrous story, and then you throw action replay into it and it just becomes a blast. You should go watch that. Now keep in mind, all of these extra projects are still going alongside Persona 3. So this is where we kind of get, you know, the revenge of the co-op Let's Plays. Like, we were throwing out co-op projects back and forth because Persona 3 was taking so long. So I was like, you know what? People are watching this JRPG forever, it seems like. I'm going to start throwing a bunch of co-op Let's Plays, and I hope you all enjoy them. So Mighty Number 9 showed up in March. And the only reason this came to be is because I decided, you know what? Let's race the credits. The credits are 3.5 hours long. Almost 4 hours exactly. So what if I can beat the game as well as some side challenges before the credits are done? That's why, while you're watching the Let's Play, the credits are rolling in the corner. Yep. That's it. So I played through the entire game a second time after recording the credits. Sliced up the entire game into pieces. Put the credits in the corner. Bam. Kirby's Dream Collection showed up in May of 2017. This was the start of UDJ playing every single Kirby game in existence. It's a good thing we still have a lot left, but that was a fun one. In July of 2017, Resident Evil 5. We finally finished it. And then I decided, you know what? Persona 3 is going to take forever, and I don't want to wait until I do 4 and go in numerical order, so here's 5 for you. A good co-op playthrough. And another fun thing, we got halfway through the game after finishing Mario RPG, and then I got massively sick. I was down for the count for like 2 weeks. So we completely forgot what we did in Resident Evil 5, but jumping back into it, that was fun. In September of 2017, UDJ introduced me to Asura's Wrath. Oh my lord. The anime video game. You need to watch this. It is so much fun. In October, we did Condemned Criminal Origins. This was my Halloween special. Episode 1 went up on Halloween Day. Not the best planning, but Condemned is a great game. Good horror game, yeah. November 1st of 2017, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. This is also starting another trend of just a bunch of co-ops from UDJ and myself, because that's basically all we were doing while I was working on Persona 3. So just keep that in mind. Because in December of 2017, Hamtaro Ham Games. I had no idea he was doing this. He sprung episode 1 on me. He didn't even name it. Ham Games. He just gave it to me and said, talk over this. Oh, okay, sure. And it turned out to be pretty fun. January of 2018, Super Mario Galaxy. That was fun. That was another one where we traded off controls, and I love Super Mario Galaxy. He's kind of iffy on it, if I remember correctly, just because of, 3D space, hard to maneuver. But yeah, that was a blast. And now for the story I've been waiting to tell. February 5th and 6th, Doki Doki Literature Club and Papers, Please. We recorded those at the exact same time. We would start with Doki Doki Literature Club, and then we would move on to Papers, Please. That was so much fun. Doki Doki Literature Club was great to go through, and I had to do it as fast as possible because it was losing traction fast. So I was like, you know what? Bam, let's just blitz through it. UDJ doesn't know what's going to happen. Let's do it. I'll ham up the reactions for certain parts, and then we'll just have a good old time because it legitimately unnerved me. So I needed a friend to help me through the second playthrough. And then Papers, Please. Oh my, what I had been missing out on. That was a fun game, and UDJ made it even more enjoyable because he knew what was going on and I was just there for the ride. In March of 2018, LA Noire, a game I had never played, even bothered to look at, but that was a good one. I enjoyed my time seeing what Rockstar could do with facial features. Also in March of 2018, Mario Party 10. This was before I had a Wii U gamepad capture card, and it shows because I was just using my phone to record what happened on screen. Yeah, Mario Party 10 kinda sucks, but we made it work. Moving on to May of 2018, another double bill of third-person shooters. The big one, Resident Evil 4. And then out of nowhere, Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. These two hold a special place in my heart. For one, the fact that I had UDJ sit through Ultra Despair Girls, which by and large is kind of a boring sit-through. He got revenge. But Resident Evil 4, I remember very specifically, we ended Chapter 4, and we're going into Chapter 5, you know, where the GameCube would swap discs, and I posted that last video, and then I was down, I stopped for about a week and a half because I moved. I moved to the apartment I am in now. So yeah, just special place in my heart. I found good stopping points, and I said, hey, I'll be down for a week and a half. I hope you don't mind. Go play Resident Evil 4 in the meantime. And Ultra Despair Girls, while it did take a while and was kind of a boring game to sit through, it spawned another playthrough that is coming up here soon. I'll let you know when we reach it. Also in May of 2018, Dark Souls. I have never seen a game with more technical issues, and it's not the game, it was us. We restarted that playthrough 4 times. The first time, because the first episode didn't come out. The second time, because we had a power outage by episode 4 and that ruined everything. The third time because a new version came out, and the fourth time because, you know, fuck it. it was a bad time. June of 2018, Super Mario Galaxy 2 on UDJ's channel. That one was tough because we had to do the perfect run. I felt so invigorated when I did that. Just good feelings all around. And then September of 2018, Sakura Wars 5, So Long My Love. This was UDJ's revenge for Ultra Despair Girls. Joke's on him, it took 3 years to finish. Ultra Despair Girls took just a few months, yeah. But I greatly enjoyed Sakura Wars 5 by the end. Ultra Despair Girls not so much, so I guess he won the revenge plot. In September of 2018, we did another co-op Let's Play of WarioWare Gold. It had just come out. I played through it, finished it, and I said, you know what, we're doing this. And so we did. In October of 2018, there were a couple projects coming out at that time. We had the co-op Condemned 2 Bloodshot. That was a fun one. I completely forgot how ridiculous it got, and we had a great time. And also, just a few days later, Super Mario Party. That one was great. Good job, Nintendo. I hope you go back to the Super Mario Party format. In November of 2018, Heavy Rain. That spawned a meme on episode 1. If you don't know what that is, you should watch Heavy Rain. It's a blast. Now for 2019, this was the year of series everywhere. Just throw them out there. Series for everyone. I think I might blitz through these unless I have an interesting story. Star Fox Zero on UDJ's channel, starting out in January. That one was weird because it was the first time I got to use a Wii U gamepad capture card. The audio came from the gamepad. I talked about this technical nightmare during the Let's Play, but just as a quick recap, when you are using the gamepad, the audio comes from the gamepad. When you are trying to record the TV for the main game, it cuts out the audio if you have a headphone jack to record the Wii U gamepad. So I had to restructure my entire audio setup to not only finally get the audio from the TV from the main game, but also get the characters talking from the gamepad that canceled out the audio on the TV. Awful setup, Nintendo. Never do that again. Never rely on a gimmick to sell your game because Star Fox Zero kinda sucked. Anyway, January of 2019, 2 co-ops for the price of 1. Resident Evil 6 and Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. Resident Evil 6 took 6 months to record, possibly a year. We did it off and on in the background when we could be asked to. It was just, hey, after a recording session, hey, you want to do a chapter of Resident Evil 6? Yeah, sure, we'll bite the bullet, we'll go through it, and it took that long. And sad to say, it did not take that long to premiere because it was done by March. Terrible. A surprising solo Let's Play out of nowhere. New Super Mario Bros. In April. I needed something to get back in the swing of things, and New Super Mario Bros. Was the way to go. I also hadn't done a solo Let's Play since 2018. It was time. In May of 2019, Beyond Two Souls. That was with me, UDJ, and Violet. A 3-person Let's Play talking over a horrific David Cage game. What's not to like? In May of 2019, leading into June of 2019, I promised I would do it. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. And because that got announced, we did Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Enter the Dragonfly could not have been more perfect because I did not set up any of the glitches that happened, they just happened. And that made the series so much more fun for everyone. In August of 2019, we did Sonic Colors. It's my first Sonic game. UDJ has done some Sonic games, it was my turn. Because in September, UDJ did Sonic Forces. DeMarco Beckelfeck. You should watch Sonic Forces. It's worth it. In October of 2019, we finally caught up with the story. It was time to do Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. That was another game I had played through constantly since it had come out. So I knew pretty much where everything was, and I felt so accomplished when I was able to do Ethan Must Die. Watch that series. For me, it's a great time. UDJ also had a Halloween special in October of 2019. We did Deathmark. If you want some good old-fashioned Japanese horror, you should watch Deathmark. Now, in 2019, there were multiple series in a row of just, you know what, screw it, let's just do it. In November, we did Untitled Goose Game. Just a quick romp, 4 episodes, done. And then directly after that, we did I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I did not know what to expect, and I'm glad I knew nothing about it. I'll leave it at that. Moving into 2020, the year the world ended. I started off the year in January with Danganronpa V3, a game that I am still working on. The bonuses are coming when they're coming, promise. It shouldn't have taken this long, but it is. But then we had a special one. One that I had teased for years. February 1st, 2020. I remember it very well because it was my birthday. Dead Rising 3. The most work I have put into any of our Dead Rising series, and it came out beautifully. It's somewhat of a slow burn. There are some great things in the first few episodes, and then it kind of paces itself, and then it shoots up into the stratosphere by the end. You should watch that series. Trust me, if you like Dead Rising 1 and 2, you'll like that one. In February, Kirby Star Allies over on UDJ's channel. And the unfortunate side effect of the world ending, that one had to be put on pause 7 episodes in. I think it was 7 episodes, something like that. Now, because of this, we had to find a different strategy, which means a lot of the Let's Plays from here on out were done via Discord call. The entirety of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door was done by talking over Discord. That was done in April of 2020. Now, since it had gone over so well, New Super Mario Bros. 2 was my next solo Let's Play in August. And then I partnered it up with Pikmin, also in August. In October of that year, we did the sequel to Deathmark, Spirit Hunter NG on UDJ's channel. Creepy as all hell. If you like Deathmark, you'll love NG. Just throwing that out there. To the surprise of everyone, including myself, December of 2020, we did Dead Rising 4. I was literally sick of people asking me for Dead Rising 3, so in order to spite them, I released Dead Rising 3, the best series that I've done on the series thus far, and bookended the year with Dead Rising 4, the worst game in the series. For fun. It wasn't actual spite, by the way, I was just having a laugh. Also, I wanted to get it over with, so that I wouldn't get constantly asked, when are you doing Dead Rising 4? So I did it, immediately. And there's nothing to the game, so it was easy to plan out. To end off the year, UDJ and I did Erica. Just a quick little special of a really strange and not too good FMV game. Jumping into 2021, this is where we got into interesting territory. New Sakura Wars started out the year on UDJ's channel in January. And it's hilarious that the worst of the games got done quicker than the better game. But then again, we had to do Sakura Wars 5 in person. New Sakura Wars could just be riffed over. In February, I decided to start out slow and do Resident Evil 4 New Game Plus, something I had promised from the original Let's Play. And we did it on the Switch version. It was fun. In March of 2021, I needed another solo Let's Play, and go figure, it was a game I had just recently 100% in Puyo Puyo Tetris. And I did that alongside Pikmin 2. Just wanted to get through the sequel so we could get to Pikmin 3. Pikmin 2 is okay, not the best, but it works. But Puyo Puyo Tetris. Fun little story. I was laid up at my grandparents' house after a surgery that was botched. But I had a chance to finish up Puyo Puyo Tetris 100%, and it rekindled the love for the game. Even though it was extremely difficult to get that 100%, I was like, you know what? I want to do a series on this. I haven't played the story in a hot minute, and doing it 100% just to show that I can do it again? Let's freaking go, man. Let's do it. Now, here's where we get to the fun duos. Donkey Kong 64 and Banjo-Kazooie starting in May. This was an idea I brought to UDJ's attention in March. I said, you know what? Let's do a double bill here. Let's have a weekend series. I'll do DK64 because I like it, and I've done 100% before. You, on the other hand, have played Banjo-Kazooie and liked it. So why don't we do that? And I actually got confirmation from UDJ where I lent him one of my Xbox Ones and the Rare Replay. And he told me, I asked him, I was like, so how are the episodes going for Banjo-Kazooie? It's coming up to May. We need to get to recording. And he said, yeah, so the day you lent me that Xbox One, I finished Banjo-Kazooie. What? He's like, yeah, I did it in 100% in a day. I've even started on Banjo-Tooie. And that was over the course of a week. I know I said a day, but it was over the course of a week. Yeah, he loved Banjo-Kazooie, and then we had to kind of slog through Banjo-Tooie, but that's beside the point. And then he had an idea. Something happened between the time that Banjo-Kazooie had happened. Nintendo announced Metroid Dread. So UDJ decided, you know what? We're doing the numbered games in the Metroid series. So I was along the ride for Metroid Zero Mission starting in August, which was a couple days after Banjo-Tooie started. Also in August, I decided to do a little game called Astro's Playroom for the PlayStation 5. Now, fun little factoid, I do not own a PlayStation 5 anymore, because I sold it to somebody who needed it more than I did. So in one night, I recorded the entire Let's Play of Astro's Playroom 100%. I made sure to check up on all the details, make sure I had everything, and then I sold it the next day. In September, Metroid Samus Returns was next on the docket. That one was rough. Having a 3DS, trying to do it live, the game being difficult, I eventually decided, you know what, just take my 3DS capture card, record it all, we'll talk over it. That'll be a lot easier. And it was. We almost quit. That was almost a scrapped project until I decided just take the 3DS capture card, just finish it. And so we did. And we did. In October, Return of the Obra Dinn. That was UDJ's Halloween special for 2021. It was a great time. But not to one-up him, I did Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, starting October 5th. That was a blast. Playing through that visual novel again, it was so much fun, and I forgot how funny that game could be. And as a little Halloween special, I did I Spy Spooky Mansion on Halloween Day. Completely unexpected, I pulled a fast one on him, and we enjoyed our time. Now, as I was doing Ghost Trick, and it took forever and a half, UDJ did so many co-op projects and brought me along for them, and they were so short that we kind of blitzed through them. So, here's the blitz. WarioWare Get It Together in November. Finished fairly quickly, because Super Metroid was on the horizon. We finished Super Metroid and went to Metroid Fusion. Now, around this time, we were kind of throwing darts at a dartboard and saying, well, should we do this series? No, we shouldn't. Should we do this series? Nah. And then I suggested, you know what? Super Mario 3D World. I am planning 3D Land. Why don't you do 3D World because it got a remake plus extra content? Let's do it. That'd be a good co-op series. And UDJ was like, okay, yeah, that's a great idea. So we started that in December. And then we move on to the new year. 2022. We're still doing Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Metroid Dread started in early January. And I decided, you know what? Let's have another birthday Let's Play. Let's start Super Mario 3D Land. And it finished yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And in fact, Metroid Dread is turning into one of my favorite Metroid Let's Plays that we've done. Obviously, I'm going to say go watch everything we've done. it's been such a fun ride to not only show games that mean a lot to me and that I always had fun with when I was younger, but it's also been fun to kind of pal around with my best friend for 10 straight years of making online video game content. Hashtag spicy golden brown content, that fun content that we all like to talk about. So many laughs, so many great memories. In fact, that's the whole reason I kind of wanted to do this, not exactly a clip show, but just looking back into the past. It rekindles some great memories I've had over these 10 years. And I just have to say, while bringing some series to life has taken a long time, I'm looking forward to the future. Don't worry, I'm not like quitting or anything. It's just I have so many great ideas and I love to, post them on a bulletin board and it's like, oh, I can't wait to do that. Can't wait to do that. I need to have stuff done. I have learned a lot over these past few years because new games have come out that I have cherished and I want to show them to the people on the internet. I want them to enjoy it as much as I have. And whether they do or not, that's perfectly fine. I just want to show it to other people. So while I've learned so many different techniques, I'm actually using, a decent microphone nowadays. Gone are the days of using a Rock Band microphone or using a really crappy laptop and a really crappy capture card. Screw you, Dazzle. I'm glad you've stuck with me. If you're brand new or if you've come back after years of not being here, welcome back and hello. And if you've been with me since the beginning, whew, that's a long time to sit through my garbage. Thank you for sticking with me for 10 years. It's been so much fun and I can't wait to show you what I have in store. I have updated all the playlists from UDJ and myself in my playlist box. So if you got curious seeing some of these series show up and you didn't know they existed, take a look. You have 10 years worth of material to watch. And isn't it fitting that the first game I Let's Played had an anniversary yesterday? It just turned 21! Happy birthday, Conker's Bad Fur Day! You're finally old enough to drink! I guess you were doing that a lot in your game. I didn't actually plan that. That's really fun, actually. Well, it's a good thing there were no other games in the Conker franchise, otherwise I might have to take a look at it. I'm not exactly sure how to end this, so I'll just say again, thank you all so much for watching. It really means a lot to me to see even a single person watch the stuff I put on the internet. Thank you so much again, and special shout out to Ultra Director Jester. You ready for another 10 years, buddy? I cannot thank you all enough. People who used to watch, still watch, may watch in the future, thank you. And here's to another 10 and beyond. See you guys next time.